This is a typical capacitor marking, and these numbers and letters will tell us the value of the capacitor. The first number, 1, is the value in picofarads. The second number, the 5, is also the value. So the value here is 1, 5. The third number, the 4, is the number of zeros. It's the multiplier. So we've got 1, 5 and 4 zeros. The J gives us the tolerance, and J is 5% tolerance. So it can be 5% above or 5% below that value. If it was K, it would be 10%, M would be 20%, and C would be plus or minus 0.25 picofarads, so very low tolerance. The 50 is the maximum working voltage. So this capacitor would have a value of 1, 5 and these 4 zeros, so 150,000 picofarads. The value that you get from these first two numbers is always in picofarads. So 150,000 picofarads with a tolerance of 5% because of the J, and a working voltage of 50 volts because of this 50. Safety: a large capacitor can store its charge for a very long time and it can give you a shock, so you need to make sure that that capacitor is discharged if you're going to work on it. You should discharge it using a resistor across its terminals. Never put a screwdriver or a metal bar or any conductive material without resistance across the capacitor, because the current will be too much and you could get sparks and burns. You should use a voltmeter to make sure there's no stored voltage even after you put that resistor across, and use appropriate proof test proof procedures. So before working on a capacitor, connect a resistor across its terminals to ensure it's fully discharged. AS NZS 3000 4.15.3.1 states that any capacitor greater than half a microfarad shall be provided with a discharge path. So when the circuit is turned off with these capacitors, there must be some sort of path to discharge it, and it should be discharged to no more than 50 volts, and that's after 1 minute up to and including 650 volts, but it may take up to 5 minutes for capacitors above 650 volts. Capacitors and electrical equipment containing capacitors shall be provided with a warning notice containing information similar to the following. So it should have a warning saying ensure that capacitors are completely discharged before working on equipment.